Are you constantly writing on the road?
Well, when it comes, but...
Tell me about the process for you.
Well, you have to get zapped on the head. If you don't, it's excruciating because
Is it lyrics first, music second?
No, it is whatever comes. I mean, I have 5 notes that I'm playing around in my head for one tune. I've got 2 lines to another tune. Haven't even taken it to the piano yet. I did it at the luggage, where you claim your luggage. It came in Phoenix the other day. 2 lines that I love. What I do is if I don't love it, it's out the window. Goodbye, over with. It has to be on a level, and I'm ruthless about it. And then it doesn't matter how far I've gone. If it's not working, it's just I put the red flashing lights on a section going, this is wrong. Because you can get used to something and then start justifying it. So I just nip it in the bud going, I have to come up with something else here.
Are you a tormented artist? When you think about some of the great artists who would sit, write page after page, rip it up, and I'm not saying that in a tormented, in a bad.
Yeah,
in a
right.
Bad sense.
Well, is a woman that's ready to give birth tormented? We should ask them. I mean, it's
Are you content? Do you like where you are at this point in your life?
There are moments of the day when I am, if I get a really good coffee ice cream with the right hot fudge on it, then in that moment I'm content.
Or as an artist?
I'm excited, is what I am. I am excited about the possibilities. I'm excited that there's a lot to explore out there. And it's jumping from new cliffs all the time. And to think that there isn't a lot to explore out there that's propaganda to keep us confined. I think we as the musicians, the painters, the writers, and I'm trying to really, put a little bug under your butt out there if you're listening. We're the voices, we're the underneath, it's the surging that makes people question the functional side of their life. Do you know how hard it is for musicians to get through immigration now? Do you know how hard it is for painters? It's much easier for anybody else, but for the artists, it's very hard for us. Now, why do you think? There's a reason for this. There's a reason for everything. There always is. Everything can be somehow, explained. And I believe that if the artists are separated from each other, if we can't give inspiration to each other, then we just keep chasing our tails. We have a responsibility that we've forgotten, you see, which is we're supposed to be the mirrors of what's going on around us. It's not just our little life. It's all that's happening around. We're just like pitchers where the water comes in and out. And this is our role. It's no better than the person that's, got a different job. It's just a different job. But we're supposed to be the voice of the conscience. And we have forgotten to listen to our own conscience because we don't trust it. We've been, as the artists in the commercialized world, whether it's the screenwriters for the movies, whether it's the musicians, whether it's the painters, whatever it is, that if it's not sellable, it's not happening. Well, isn't this funny? Who decides if it's sellable? Most people aren't even exposed to most music. You guys don't even know what's out there because it's not even shelved. You can't even find it. It doesn't get played. You're just not exposed to it if they don't want you to be. And it's a bit more involved than I'm describing. It is involved because there's so many layers to it. It's like an onion.
Onion layers.
Onion layers. Once you start peeling away, hang, you guys. Once you start peeling away all these excuses we've made on why we can't write what we want to write, then maybe we can really be taking our responsibility seriously, because I feel we have a responsibility. I feel everyone does. They're different. But I just want to concentrate on what is the musician's responsibility, because I believe we have one. And when I say that we're being separated, it's harder than it's ever been for us to go across borders. You know, this keeps us from sharing thought with each other, from inspiring each other, because we could be a formidable force, an exciting force, which is to encourage everyone to look at themselves. It's not to encourage you to think like me. I don't want you to think like me. I want you to think like you, and that will inspire me. It's reciprocal. No gurus. No. This is not what this is about. It's time for everybody to claim their own. Hang on. The word is coming. It's flying down, swooping down. Inheritance. Inheritance of soul. Inheritance of. We all have something that is unique. And so that's what I see from the musician's responsibility.
One last question. Do you see on the next record? Do you see a change in production? Do you see a change? How do you envision that? Have you thought about the next record?
Not much.
Are there any getting heat about the next record?
I'm always getting heat. You know, in a fun way, because I'm looking at today, and business people look at tomorrow. But if you've got the stew on the stove, it's only ready when it's ready. And of course it's going to be based around the piano again, but I want to experiment with the piano itself. I don't know what I'm going to talk about, but I have to trust that if I have something to say, it'll come, and if I don't, I'll just keep, observing until I do have something to say, and if I don't, then I need to move over. Not that I don't move over now. There's room, and I really believe that this competitive thing is completely out of whack. But then it's time for me to stop putting music out there if I don't have anything to say, and maybe I want to do something else. I don't know.
What was your fantasies as a kid? Well, you said you knew at the age of 5 this is what you wanted to be, but you must have had other things you thought about.
Well, I was pretty obsessed with music. It's all I did. But I was into dealing with things that you can't see. Energy forces. Maybe I wanted to be a physicist, but I don't have the brains. And or the patience.